something new approaches. New and yet familiar. Oh, it's you, the new arrival. Calm yourself. You have no need to fear me, little one. Please, come closer. No one will harm you here. Least of all me. That's better. I can actually see you now in this dim light. I don't usually have visitors this side of the manor, especially not at this time of night. So what could possibly have brought our little guest so far away from your captor this evening? Is it curiosity? Or just looking for a little escape from this madness? Well, it's good to see the situation hasn't dulled your senses. My brother always had a way with words. It has gotten him quite a bit of influence over the years. That's what makes this new, cheery attitude of his a bit unnerving to me, to say the least. Of course, I know you have no reason to trust what I say here either. I just ask that you try and understand what those soft words he loves to whisper to you actually mean. Maybe he tells you the truth about his feelings for you, or maybe he does not. In my experience, better to trust your instincts first and use their actions, what a person does, rather than just what they say. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Here I am, rambling on like I know what I'm talking about, throwing stones at my brother's character, and you don't even know who I am. Dorian Estern, another proud member of the Estern family, although I wouldn't be surprised if you confuse me for simply being their loyal guard dog in my present state. Well, allow me to welcome you in my own way then. This is my little corner of the mansion. It's not much, but it is a refreshing respite from the gloomy darkness of the rest of the mansion. This is a place for me and my kin to relax, at least when we aren't keeping the rest of the manor safe. But usually, it's just me. Me, my thoughts, and the moonlight. I appreciate the compliment, but you do not need to stand on occasion here, least of all for me. If you have a little time, you are most welcome to join me here, if you would like. I would appreciate the company, even if it is just for a little while. I can't offer you much, but I can offer you a seat, a view of the night sky, and most importantly, a friendly ear, if you wish to speak your mind. I can only apologize for my appearance, little one. I did not mean to frighten you earlier. My form is a little harsher than my brother's, but I try my best with what I have been given in life. Usually I would have introduced myself in a more civilized way. However, those beasts at our gates had other plans for me this night. Let's just say that some of my more primal relatives have noticed your arrival here. They have grown restless, curious as to what sort of being has emanated such energy into their forest. It is hard for them to ignore, just as it is for us. These cuts, yes. One of them thought they could catch me off guard. Unfortunately for me, this time they were right. Maybe I'm not as quick as I used to be, after all. Don't trouble yourself on my behalf. Please, it's fine. They should heal on their own, with time and rest. The pain reminds me that I should not be so careless when others are relying upon me. I do not deserve your care, but if you insist that it be bandaged, then I shall not stop you. Just excuse me if I'm a little, well, scruffy at the moment. Yeah, I know it looks pretty bad, but we Wolven are pretty sturdy after all. We have to. Okay, so it might be a little worse than usual. And, if you could be gentle around that bruise there, too. That would be good. No, I'm sorry for staring. I'm not used to people wanting to even talk to me, let alone help me. It's a nice feeling. And you are very gentle at this. You know, you've spent all this time with me, talking to me, bandaging me up. And I haven't even been polite enough to ask you your name yet. Looks like I still have a lot to learn about others. It's good to be able to put a name to the face. I know I might struggle to say this, but thank you for your kindness. I do appreciate it. I know you don't know much about us yet, or our cultures. All of this must feel so alien to you right now. But I feel I must be honest with you. We, Wolven, well, we are looked down upon in our society. Our history casts us as a bit of a rebellious people, unable to hold our emotions, and far too often falling to our primal side. Most of us have long since integrated properly, or as best we can, but it still hangs over us. A black mark. I just thought it best to let you know, just in case one of the others saw you, helping me. And I wouldn't want to ruin your status, not on my account. You have probably seen a few of the servants around here by now. They share a lot in common with my pack and I. Most could probably even pass for human, if it wasn't for their, shall we say, more obvious features. If you ever get the chance, I implore you to try and get to know them. Most have been here for years, and I'm sure they would enjoy your friendship just as much as I. Well, yes, I know they sort of did help taking you in the first place. and they might have struggled to carry you out of the carriage as delicately as they planned to. But I can assure you, they had no choice but to follow their master's orders. And Silas, he had no right to treat them as he did. Another thing I shall not forgive him for, to add to my ever-growing list. I'm glad to hear that. Glad you would not hold a grudge against them. They do not deserve it. It's becoming clear to me now that there is more to you than meets the eye. More than just that aura you have. Even from just this small time sitting so close to you, you put this weary soul of mine at ease. It's hard, you know, being the stoic one, not being able to show your feelings, fearing that if you ever showed compassion or accepted help, it would make you look weak. It's easy to forget sometimes that not everyone is out to get you, to punish you for being something different. Do you know, you make it so hard not to fall for you. Sorry. I know it's a bit forward of me. I tend to wear my heart on my sleeve when it comes to these things. I don't want to dance around trying to make my emotions clear. Not anymore. I have spent too many years bottling away my mind, pulling myself away from others. What you see is what you get, and I can't hold back this growing desire to be with you, to get to know you better. I can already see Silas's face, knowing that he asked me not to involve myself with you. Agreements be damned. It was a question of not harming you, but he didn't say anything about caring for you. I know I present myself poorly, and I don't have the status or charms of others. I can't spin you a poem to describe how you make me feel right now. But maybe, if you can see me as a person, rather than a beast, then maybe you might be able to see me as worthy of you too. I'm probably sounding pretty foolish right now. I haven't acted like this since I was a pup. I have no right to make such wild exclamations and expect you to just feel the same way. So maybe you would stop by again sometime, and I can take you out properly, to see the sights, to get to know each other. I could take you out to the lake, just to talk. I've heard the night blooms are quite the sight to behold. And if you don't feel the same way, I'll understand. In which case, think of it as simply my way of saying thank you for bandaging me up and for giving a little comfort to a lonely soul when he needed it. Oh, brother, what brings you here? Hello, Dorian. My, you are looking a little worse for wear this evening. Problems with the locals? Well, you know how it is. Not all of us can spend their days attending fancy gatherings. Maybe you would like to join us outside the walls for a bit. You know I could make that happen. Temper, temper, brother. And here I was hoping to extend you an invite. I do hope he hasn't been too abrupt with you, my dove. He sometimes forgets his place, and that not everyone is as brutish as he is. Now then, if you have the time, I have some guests I would just love for you to meet in the main hall. And I'm sure they are positively dying to meet you too. Well, I guess I'll see you around then. You know where to find me. Goodbye, little one.